These creatures, sheep especially. Hello, my name's Robert. I'm doing a stream. And Razor Cuts is here too, but he's don't.
Hello, Robert, and hello, stream.
So today we've got the glorious Tots versus Boundless Power, and this show off starting on King's Row. Again, a best of three that we're going to see how ends up. What do you feel about the picks that are starting to line up before the lock-in, Razor?
The picks seem quite normal. However, the Widowmaker is quite surprising pick. It might work or it might not. It really depends whether the Widowmaker will be able to get any pickoffs whatsoever. However, it is not easy when the opposing team has a Reinhardt. So it will see if Widowmaker will be able to get any pickoffs throughout the shield or if they will be able to break the shield in time. Also, the Tracer on Emilovic is another quite interesting pick as well. Not sure how it will work out, but we'll see.
I think that the defending team looks very standard. We've seen this set up very many times during this tournament, and I think we're not done with that yet. The current meta that we're seeing now, the double support 2-2-2 setup with the strongest DPSs. I'm not entirely sure that the Reinhardt has been, the percentages for him in tournaments has been falling a little slowly since last patch, but we'll see how he performs today on lands.
It is probably because he's not playing King of the Hills, and that's why perhaps his pick rate dropped if there are more games played on King of the Hill.
Boosting Speely out on the left side from the attackers, trying to get in and start the match off. Emilovic going on the Tracer behind, trying to challenge on the defenders. There's a little bit of stalemate here. Not managing to get in for the attackers, trying to poke in, trying to find an angle for them to make a push. Navor is almost getting picked off there. Is a little bit precarious position for that Reaper. And we see now Emmerich trying to push in on the back line of the defenders. Has to back out to save his life.
Yeah, they lost Zarya there, and that's why they had to pull back slightly. They're waiting for her to come back, as you can see.
Milovic on that Tracer trying to pick off on the defenders from above. Not succeeding, and now having to face off against the Reaper inside the building. And has to back off. Doesn't want to take that duel. Meanwhile, we're seeing the attackers trying to get in the point. Charge gets on the Reinhardt, and a slam goes down. Fantastic. Takes out the Reinhardt with a defensive Zenny and Lucio ult coming on. A little bit of a waste there. And there we go, the defensive Lucio ult from the defenders. Nova also goes and picks off Lucio with his McCree ult, and looks like the defenders hold for this attack.
Yes, I'm very surprised that Lanziver did not die right away when he got charged with Discord Orb. It's very surprising that his Reinhardt didn't kill the other Reinhardt immediately.
Did you see if there was a... Oh, the hammer goes down for the attackers. Amazing charge from Star Wars into the key on the Zarya. A defensive, an ult from Hippie, one that Zenyatta looks like cements that attack.
That is true. However, now the defenders are also getting back their ultimates. It seems they used the Zenyatta ultimate, however they're getting their Zarya ultimate ready. So they will be ready to fight the next fight with a pretty strong ultimate. Meanwhile, Myokendai doesn't not have his ultimate yet on his Zenyatta.
The ultimate, we're waiting, like the defensive ult or the support ults have been making their persons very much known this tournament with turning games left and right. A little bit fragmented assault here. Characters coming from left and from all angles and not managing to get together and coalesce in a good manner, and leads to a very fragmented assault that does not lead to anything. A bit of a waste on that Zarya ult, only manages to take out that Zarya, but in a turn, Myokenda wastes that Zenyatta ult. This assault looks like it's going to be thwarted.
Yeah, the problem with Boundless Power was that... The problem with Boundless Power was that they were not... The Zarya did not have her ultimate in time. She was missing 3-4% of her ultimate, and that's why she shot it very late. However, Zen, Myokendai did not have his ultimate ready, and if Zarya was able to get her ultimate slightly a bit faster, they would probably be able to contest.
And here we are. The payload is rolling out. Both times are taking a little bit of time to get up the position. The defenders are setting up behind this first bend as a choke, which seems like a very reasonable decision.
Yes, so far. However, by looking at the ultimates, it seems that Boundless Power has slightly, how should I explain it, advantage. Like they banked much more ultimates so far. Actually, no, Tots have more ultimates at this very moment. They're getting it
Yeah,
much
yeah.
closer.
Tots are starting with ultimate
Yes,
here.
exactly. And here they go.
Hammer goes down, Ryan charges in, the counter slam goes down and does nothing. There's Yara and Lucio ult going off the defenders. It looks like it's going to hold off this push. But a lot of ultimates were used there for the defenders.
Exactly, that could be a problem for the defending team. They might not have enough ultimates in time to win the next team fight. Meanwhile, Tots have the Zarya ultimate, which can change the team fight rather quickly.
And it can, while there's no big combo piece, the Tracer Bomb can be scary to drop inside
Even
that.
without combo, it is very potent because they do not have a Zenyatta ultimate available, neither a Lucio ultimate.
Then the Lucio goes out of attacker, and Star Wars is going in with a hammer, trying to get a pick off. And we see a McCree ult going off as well, not being able to take a pick. Nova going down. And we have the attackers being repelled once more.
Seems Zarya hesitated to use her ultimate on the defender's team because the Reinhardt still had his shield up. However, perhaps if he shot that Graviton, it could change the fight.
Dramatically, yeah, that's true. That Zarya ult tends to be, if it was his fire fleet, going to be a game changer.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Toy
They
punch
might
on
try
that
it
Lucio
again.
getting and a
Nice.
huge charge from Star Wars, taking out that Reinhardt, getting in there and possibly getting him around this bend. Shido's a bit out of position on the Lucio, trying to barely gets out. That's good for the defenders. Navor on that Reaper trying to get in behind and has to back off for fear of that Discord up. And we have Star Wars going in with the Reinhardt, trying to make a moment here. And there we go with the toilet slam going down and opposing ult forever. If you're watching this, it's like watching a fireworks show. I have no idea what's going on, but it's colorful and I love it. And we see the attackers cementing this, going around for the checkpoint here. Star Wars having a presence on that Reinhardt, getting taken out by Lance. Meanwhile, Spiky Bits is fighting for his life on that Zarya, and it looks like they're going to clean out this checkpoint, barely making it, barely holding off. A lot of ultimates being used.
It seems the problem for Tots was they were not able to capitalize on Zarya ultimate right away because the Zenyatta of Boundless Power was able to get his ultimate back in time when he was shooting his ultimate. And they completely countered the Graviton and making it obsolete.
Absolutely, and we were seeing Emilwich trying to make some room with that Tracer, going around for some pokes. He hasn't been able to be as effective this game. No picks, I think no big picks has been made by the Tracer, and in team fights, it's a bit lacking. I don't know if I'm. I think that Tracer pick should have been maybe changed out. Then we go with the aggressive Lucio. The slam goes down, taking the charge in, taking out that Reinhardt, and going in. Defensive Lucio coming up, trying to hold that checkpoint. Oh wow, what a team fight, going hard on all points. Spiky Bits, last remainder for the defenders here. Nova trying to hold this last point, but not going to succeed, and the attacker's going to take this first checkpoint for the payload.
Exactly, it seems Shitos of Boundless Power hesitated to use his Lucio ultimate slightly earlier when there were more teammates alive. He only ulted slightly later when they already lost 2 or 3 players, which made a sure defeat.
So Shidos has been away for a while long. He might be a little bit rusty in the fingers. So I hope to see him coming around in the later games and hopefully make an impact. There we go with another strong toilet for the defenders, taking all of them in and making some slaps with that hammer from Lance. Amazing slapping. The slapping was good. Lance taking the bomb to no big impact, and Milovic still on that Tracer, not surviving, but still not being able to make as big an impact as he should have been.
Exactly. Now they basically have up to 2 or 3 pushes. Not much time left remaining.
Star Wars going in with that Reinhardt, getting stunned and getting picked off, which is bad for the attackers. They now have an oppressive presence not being able to be used, and they have to back off and try to group up again for next push. And Lucio ult going up there, trying to push up a little bit. I think it's a little bit of a greedy play. I think that Lucio ult should have been saved and sort of held back and cement the position. But we'll see how.
Unorganized at the moment. It feels like they're going one by one and not grouping up in time to go together.
Which has been a component we've seen for some of the more some of the more unexperienced teams this tournament is the lack of cohesiveness in the groupation and in the positioning from the
Exactly, yeah.
teams. Just getting strung out, getting picked on from multiple angles, and getting fragmented has been something that takes down teams time after time. Now we see them going in. The hammer going down. It's a great hammer going down, taking out that Reinhardt. Lucio ult sorry. So now coming out, and the Lucio ult coming out with the attackers. I mean, they're just like ults fucking everywhere. It's fireworks. It's good. It's got the freaking things. That Mercy managing to get a rest up. And we see Shido's only remain there and getting taken out finally, and the attackers having completed this attack just in time as the Overwatch is ticking, and we have a cohesive assault coming up.
They should be able to win with Graviton.
They should be able to win with. There we go. The Gravitons are coming up on both sides. Slam coming down from Rands and going in and making a huge hammer slap down thing, just taking over. That's good.
Yes.
That
was
hammer
really
cemented that game.
Exactly. Without that hammer, they would not be able to possibly win the Graviton versus Graviton fight, because both teams did not have neither defensive ultimates, and it pretty much came down who would be aiming better at the other pack of people group. And the Earthshatter hammer just made sure the game was finished. However, it seems I'm really surprised on the last push how they Tots were unable to make it through, even when they forced the Zenyatta ultimate of Boundless power, and they had no defensive abilities whatsoever, and they had Graviton. However, it seems Graviton, user of Tots, Butts Harry, actually Butts, Butt has body, my apologies.
Buddha's body.
Exactly, Buddha's body. He's hesitating with his Gravitons, it seems, or his team is not letting him use it a bit faster. It seems like he's not getting them on point or in time. It might have to do something with the ping, but as I'm sure Tots are an American team, so that would not be the problem whatsoever. However, here we have an interesting pick by Toypai. He's decided to play Symmetra. I'm really surprised on this decision.
Yeah, but Symmetra has a good record in quick matches. We can all see that her presence is good.
The problem with Symmetra is she's a very high risk, high reward hero. Basically, if Boundless Power will force them into team fights right away, they were basically fighting 6 versus 5, because Symmetra doesn't provide anything in a team fight. They're basically relying for Symmetra to get her teleport as fast as possible, so they have the means to standing on the point after a lost team fight, or if they lose somebody.
I mean, I enjoy Symmetra picks for the first point on these hybrid maps. I think that's an okay pick. But for later, but I mean, because if she gets to operate on her own, she does just so much damage.
It is true.
It is disgusting.
But it is safer just to have a Zenyatta instead with this Cordorp, which is very overpowered.
Absolutely. You're completely right.
And the ultimate itself with Zenyatta makes it much safer for team fights to survive. However, Symmetra is very close with her teleport, so they might be able to pull off the teleport before the next big fight. However, she's in a really bad position.
Yeah, getting picked down by Spiky Bits there in the mech. Yeah, taking the Spiky. Oh, Lance coming in and going for the smash. And
yes, that is unfortunate. She has ultimate, but she's dead, so it's not gonna work.
Defender's now gonna have to back up to ensure that try to prevent the team fight before the teleporter is up.
This is where Boundless Power should probably fight before Symmetra gets back. The moment Symmetra gets back with her teleporter, they have the advantage.
We see Lance trying to make something happen with that Reinhardt. Shield going down.
The teleport is
up. The slam for Star Wars, not catching anyone. Teleport is up for Toypash, putting some sentries up to cement this point. Breaking it down from Miyokendai on the point for the defenders. Also, the soldier ult going down, trying to pick up. All the ults are smacking off everywhere, defensive and offensive. Navor trying to clean up with that Reaper.
However, they have the teleport. They might be able to get back in time. It is very possible.
Might be. They should be. They're coming up now. Miyokendai popping out.
The Reaper is getting the teleporter.
Only
he got it off.
Wow, strong play there from the Reaper, denying that teleport.
Yes, so Reinhardt got a pick off.
But this might not be enough. This might not be enough. We see, oh, Amarik's coming in with a soldier, barely making it to the point, getting discarded, and Buddha's shielding up with that
Now
Zarya.
they're basically coming one by one, and they can just buy time, not much more, unfortunately.
Point ends up being captured there for...
Yes, but as you could see, the moment Symmetra placed her teleporter, the Tots decided to fight immediately, which was a pretty smart decision to do so.
yeah.
However, Boundless Power could probably get the point much faster if they decided to fight while Symmetra was down, not yet on point. That would give them an immense advantage before they had the teleport placed.
Now I see for Boundless Power. There we go. But they have a lot of ults coming up.
Exactly, Boundless Power has many ultimates available, meanwhile Tots do not have any defensive ultimates available, and this could be very crucial for the next team fight. Graviton and Reaper ulti might help, but it might not be enough.
Oh, the slam going down, not able, only catches Mark and Myokendai, but Reinhardt countering in that immediately. Toilet going down, catching some of the attackers, and ends up denying that attack, which is good for the defenders.
Exactly.
A couple of ults were used there as the ultimates in this game are very much like currency trade back and forth, and
yeah,
the
like
one the team and the team that ends up with the ultimates in their pocket with a larger number has a great opportunity to make the game happen.
Exactly, it's especially important on defense that you have as many ultimates as possible available for each fight, because you're playing pretty much for survival, especially on the hybrid maps where you have to hold the first point, which you have to walk to the point much farther than the attackers, and that's where saving ultimates is really important.
Now we see Navor with that Reaper above on the right side, trying to get in and get a pick on one of the supports, not being able to cover. Going in from behind with the die. Ends up getting picks left and right. 2 ultimates being used there. 3 maybe for the... Shido's uses his as well on that Lucio. And we see it paid off. The Assault is going through to the next checkpoint here.
However, Tots do have Zenyatta ultimate now available, so they should be able to resist, or at least try to win the next team fight. However, Boundless Power also has Zenyatta ultimate, so this might be very close indeed.
This match has been closer than some of the ones that we have in the tournament so far.
Yes,
so I'm looking forward to seeing a third match. I really hope to see that today.
Keep an eye on Emilovic, the Reaper. He's trying to flank with his ultimate. However, they spotted him. They know he's there now. He was spotted, unfortunately.
But not being able to pick him off, he's still being able to sit up there. Going for the die. Amazing counter by the Zenyatta there. Healing and negating that ult in its entirety. Slam coming down. Myokendai trying to counter with a Zenyatta, not being able to keep his team alive. And this Assault looks like it's still going some fight in there. Hammer slapping left and right.
Slightly.
Ooh, yes.
Not anymore. Now the attackers got it. Boundless Power really managed to capitalize on coordination by being aware and letting know the whole team Reaper is up there, and they were instantly prepared to fight him off the moment he jumped. And when Reaper died, they got a nice pick off and engaged the fight with Reinhardt ultimate.
Star Wars coming in with that Reinhardt charge, and then an odd angle that I appreciate got hit, but still got picked off. Coming up with that Lucio ult to try and get on this final point. This should be it for this game. Very good. Game 1 goes to...
Play of the match.
To work. It was clear that Boundless Power was very cohesive, coordinated, and they spotted.
Oh, there we go with that hammer. Amazing.
Exactly,
Kills left and right, going in to finish that Reinhardt to cement that position.
Exactly. This hammer decided that attacking round for Boundless Power victory. So now we're big
servers.
Yeah, now we're swapping to Europe servers. Just
we're gonna see map we're gonna fight on.
Yeah, it's either gonna be Hollywood or Gibraltar. See which one of those we'll get. One is full payload map, and the other one is another hybrid. I would personally like to see Hollywood.
The hard sort of getting out of that mentality from quick play and the early competitive branches, where you can still, if you're up there and being spotted, you're not necessarily getting that information conveyed into the entire team.
Exactly.
So we're, I can understand how that happens, how that thought process goes along, but still in this tournament where we're starting to get more serious as the days goes on, and through to next weekend, that's not gonna hold up in the slightest.
Yes, exactly.
Gibraltar, that's what we're gonna have.
Gibraltar it is. All right.
A full payload map. One of the longest maps. That map is so long.
To me, it shows Lijiang Tower for some reason.
Well, it's not been selected yet. We're still waiting for Kara to set it up properly.
All right.
Potatoes, Tots are going to attack, and Boundless Power are going to take on that defense. Yeah, I'm kind of excited leading into this game. Excited to see some sick plays and stuff. Quick, well, I'm just gonna double check something really fast before we head into the head in here. Have we spammed appropriately? We have have we?
I'm not so sure.
We have not spammed the only a tiny little post with no everyone ping. What is this? What is what? So we'll leave that to the side bystanders. If they're gonna.
Sorry to interrupt, but are the players in proper positions, like in right teams? They're not.
No, they're not in the right order yet.
Yeah, I thought so.
Also, Elliot.
What map are we currently playing?
Gibraltar. And Elliot, do you want to make a statement? See if there's fantastic, good. We want to make sure that the excitement of game power goes out to as many people as possible here on the server and on the World Wide Web. So, are there anyone? Is there any interaction on those streams? Do you have any comments? Anything? Any mentions that we've seen from the community?
If you have any questions, feel free to ask us.
That is an amazing comment. We will. Yeah. Yeah, we've been watching that, but both Navor and Nova on those DPS, we're doing okay for Boundless Power.
Boundless Power is a pretty strong showing, yes.
And now we're excited to see who Tater's Tots can field on the DPS, trying to make the same picks happening on the opposing side.
However, you have to keep in mind that Tots are now playing on European servers while they're Americans, so they might have some problems with hitscan heroes.
Absolutely. We'll see if they're trying to work around that in a clever way, or if we're just going to see some and pray to the RNGesus to get the shots to end.
I personally think they have a good shot of taking this round if they are slightly a bit more coordinated and have their ultimates more readily available for certain fights. It seems some players are not able to get their ultimates in time while they should, and it kind of cost them the game at some points where they were not able to get the graviton. Well, you were very close to it. Meanwhile, the other Zenyatta got his ultimate rather quicker.
Yeah,
it really depends.
And we're getting asked to dedicate this game to the noble memory of Harambe. I don't know who that is or what he's done to deserve this fame, but I
rest in peace, Harambe.
Are we ready to go?
We're ready to go. Looks like. Is everyone ready? All right.
Heading into that map, Gibraltar, with so many gifs on Reddit, seeing how to open Gibraltar. So we're gonna see if we're gonna see some action here to demonstrate, to crack open that nut. Good luck, have fun. Messages coming out in good manner. We always like to see that. It's always amazing to see teams being courteous to each other, encouraging the good faith and good sportsmanship. Something we really appreciate. And we're going to see the lock-ins coming in now for the defenders.
Yes, the Boundless Power picks are pretty much meta standard, nothing out of the ordinary. However, Tots picks seem a bit weird in my opinion with the Soldier. I don't think you want to have Mekri and Soldier together. Usually one of the two. However, Soldier has fallen out of favor due to his nerf, which makes his spread aiming much more unpredictable. Meanwhile, McCree aiming is very precise. And as well, you have
Absolutely.
his stun.
So, well, it's down to Amaric here for Tater's Tots to shut down Navor on Reaper, countering that flank and getting in on his face, getting stuns in, especially to counter those ults if he can.
Actually,
That's going to prove to be.
Milovic decided to go Tracer, it seems. So this might
there
be
you
much more interesting.
Yeah.
Tracer might not be that effective on this type of map because there's very high elevated ground where she can't exactly go up and down like a Genji. So in my opinion, I think a Genji instead of Tracer would make more sense on this type of maps where you can just climb up and down and much easier get your
I'm
flanks.
generally on non-King of the Hill maps. I'm just so much more fan of Genji for that verticality that it offers, and also see Emilovic trying to get up on that side, get in
His
their
neighbor.
assholes. Has to back off.
Neighbor's
Navor
a bit
in the backside there, in a bit of a trouble there, and gonna get immediately shut
slightly
down.
overconfident, very overconfident, I would say.
But this first point on Gibraltar is often just a free point. The defenders
Exactly.
don't. Oh well, they're going in. They're going in hard and fast on that defense. Not entirely expected that, but it seems like it's working out for them. Taking out Reinhardt and Zarya, being able to push the attackers back to Jende. And Mark's going to go down as a delayed pick to 2 spiky bits, and the attackers here were a little bit too careless, getting caught in that drop.
Yeah, but I'm very surprised because Tots were able to pick off the Reaper and they still did not manage to win a 6 versus 5 fight. It's very unfortunate.
Emilovic up on that rampart trying to challenge Navor on the Reaper. Navor has to back down into his team to secure his life. Meanwhile, on the front, ooh! Reinhardt gets taken out inside that charge.
Yeah, unfortunately Star Wars for ultimate got completely denied by the other Reinhardt shield and he didn't get to stun anything. So Totlet's attacking power got reduced by a half. However, Tracer got a pretty nice double kill in the backline. However, doesn't help much.
Oh no, absolutely. I'm sorry about that. I decided to have a coughing fit, but I tried to negate.
No problem.
Firing at will, toilet coming up. However, Reinhardt's shield is up, and that ultimate is unfortunately wasted for Zarya, and that's not going to be good for the team fight that's coming up. Also gets a delayed pick.
Unfortunately, there was no follow-up for Zarya ultimate. Maybe they were not coordinated properly, but I don't think McCree was in position to fire for the Graviton.
Not at all. Star Wars going in to try and crack that lands, and looks like the lines is going to go down, and this is a almost free second checkpoint for Tater's Tots. And Navor coming in, trying to make something happen on the backline there, getting chased out by Buddha.
They're just buying their time at this point.
Which is, I don't think they should have been. I think they should have been backing off here, cementing that second line defense.
But I'm just saying what they're trying to do while they're coming one by one.
Oh, this is unfortunate. Let's see if
Actually, Tracer seems to be working quite well. She's getting behind them, getting those shots, getting those pulse bombs. She's putting pressure. She's giving them advantage by getting certain pickoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, see, the defenders are kind of on the back foot here, not being able to set a stop on that. Going for that Pharah pick on Navor off that Reaper, not being able to make this happen this match. Let's see if Imaric on the McCree can make sure that Navor doesn't ever get a pick off here as well. Ooh. Reinhardt going in from the sidelines, getting taken out inside that charge, and Buddha's body completely isolated, going to get taken out as well.
Yes,
just
but
slammed.
However, unfortunately, Boundless Power, the defenders have used both of defensive ultimates at the same time, and it might cost them the next team fight when they won't have the Zenyatta and Lucio ultimate for the next team fight, which could
They
be
will,
very...
however, have the toilet and possibly even a rocket barrage or a high noon.
However, Zenyatta ultimate, which Tots do have, will prevent all of it.
That is true. That is absolutely true. If they manage to get an early pick on that Zenyatta. Oh, there we go. Rocket barrage coming in, getting countered by the Zenyatta, but they managed to take it. The Reinhardt. I'm so sorry.
No problem. This is very good for Zarya. Now Zarya can get her Graviton, and they do not have Zen ultimate available anymore.
Oh, there we go. I'm back. I'm sorry to
No
listen to
problem,
that,
it's
to listen to
alright.
that. Woo! This excitement is getting to me. My lungs are decided not to cooperate in the action. Now the attackers are sort of a little bit strung out here. Toypash is getting into the mix again, and we might see the team fight coming. Lance trying to get them picks on that Star Wars, and Emilovic trying to be upstairs, taking out the Farah, but being completely denied by those rockets. Trying to push out. Oh, we got amazing toilet coming up, getting countered by the Lucio, but still managed to get a pick on that Zenyatta and the Reinhardt. And this attack looks like it's going to be foiled for Tater Shots.
Unfortunately.
Ooh, I'm not sure if I like that Lucio ult there. It could have been saved for the next push.
That is true. He probably wasted, but luckily they still have Zenyatta ultimate available for the next team fight, which was not needed this one. So they're still fine in terms of that. However, I'm very surprised that Boundless Power held on Graviton for so long. I wish they would use it slightly earlier when they did not have the defensive ultimates available, and the team fight would be won much more easier.
That is true, but I'm also looking at Amarik's ult on the McCree. He's not been able to utilize that at all. Also, we're seeing a good usage of the verticality of the map here from the attackers. Going above, a really smart move. The hammer going down, but immediately countered by the Reinhardt, going in with a supercharge. And Emilovic and Amarik trying to get that hammer off on that pistol, taking down the attackers.
Exactly.
This was a sick assault.
Basically what happened is that Boundless Power did not establish high ground, and they were just on the low ground. Meanwhile, Tots were like, okay, if you're leaving the high ground for us, we'll just take it and get our picks, or just drop on you and win the team fight.
Oh, Navor on the back line with that rocket barrage. Milkenda trying to get into his team with his Zenyatta ult there.
That was a very wasted ult.
Waste that completely. Now, I don't know if I like that Boundless Power are so far up, and then thankfully they're listening to me and they're backing off a little bit.
Exactly, but however, Navor ultimate was kind of wasted on his Farah, but the moment Zenyatta blew his ultimate for no reason, when it was already too late, then it was a perfect trade-off, the best trade-off Farah could wish to get. She basically forced the Zenyatta ultimate, and that's great for the next team fight, where they do not have the ultimate of Zenyatta. So it really looks solid for Boundless Power here, because they do have Zenyatta ultimate, while Tots do not have.
There we go, breaking it down for multiple teams. Nova getting caught in that charge, charging into the lines as well. Having an awesome Reinhardt metal fight in the middle, slamming down that hammer to medium effect. But the toilet ends up catching them all, and Shido's following up with that Lucio a little bit delayed to try and get the delayed picks on the people who are caught inside that mix. Toypash on the Lucio going to probably get picked. Oh, with a good shield from that Zarya. Buddha getting full charge. And trying to keep his team alive. Toypash staying alive for the longest time on that point, finally going down. Emerek going for the pick up.
They got
on the
two
top.
picks off with McCree.
Yeah.
That's really. It does look really bad for them.
Star Wars with a strong charge. We have a fragment. Boundless Power trying to hold this defense. Not being able to. Navor going in from the behind, being taken out, picked out of the air. Nova taking out Reinhardt with that slam on the hammer of his pistol.
Well, the problem with Tots here is they lost Zenyatta, which is a very strong powerhouse with Discord and quite healing. So now with Lucio, and their push immediately falters. And also you have to keep in mind at this point in time, defenders, Boundless Power gets to the payload much faster than the attacking team of Tots. And it's very important that they do not lose players at all.
Now this looks like the same assault that we saw last game, almost at the point end of the final, but the Boundless Power being able to hold that defense.
This is the best defense point on this map, the hardest to push through actually.
Oh, absolutely, is a real tough. Navor having the opportunity to stay up on that bridge, having that high ground ult himself. Hammer going down to no effect, but catches
with charge, McCree,
Nova in the charge. Yeah, McCree going down. And this is an exciting assault. We see verticality being used from the Reinhardt staying above, dropping down into the team, and going for the charge. Unfortunately, misses, and Lance gets a counter with that hammer, slapping around like a
Exactly.
sloppy Joe.
However, I'm surprised Faro has not been shot down yet. They do have a soldier, McCree.
Yeah, both of those heroes should be like absolutely perfect counters, but the Farah has been able to operate perfectly. Toilet coming down, taking out the rest of the remnants of that team. Buddha firing off his own toilet, not being able to use that to a great effect. Milovic is the only one staying alive on that soldier, being hunted down by Navor from above with a Lucio ult on, and he's probably going to go down as a delayed pick, but he sprints
Exactly.
off as hard as he can, trying to stay alive to keep his team in pressure.
They picked Lucio off? No, Lucio's very low actually. This doesn't look good. They only have
No,
9 seconds.
only 9 seconds. They really need to get on the point. Using that ult, that Lucio ult, to try and stay on the point. And Milovic's popping off his ult as well, trying to get in. Hit by day with his Zenyatta ult, trying to keep up the team. Navor with this little rocket barrage, shooting down Mukendai on that Mercy. The Mercy pick. Not sure if if I approve it. It's easier to get in on the action with that. Maybe some strong single target. And we're gonna see this match concluding here, unless Milovic pulls off a miracle, which he does
Very
not.
unlikely. So, the problem, it seems, the fight before this last fight, Lucio did not use his ultimate when they got Graviton, because he wanted to save the ultimate for the last attack, for the last push. And they really relied, or thought so, that Boundless Power might not have Zenyatta ultimate available. However, he did has his ultimate available, and when they tried to go with the last push with Sound Barrier, Zenyatta simply used his ultimate and denied completely any kind of last push. And as well, they did not have any strong ultimates for the last push, like Zarya ultimate, which unfortunately did not go in their favor. And also Mercy pick, I would not approve of it. Zenyatta is much safer, better choice with his ultimate and his damage itself, and Discord by increasing the damage taken by 50%. But by looking at the picks, as you can see, they decided to play Team Boundless Power decided to play a Diva. No, actually, I'm not sure if he wants to play Diva. Now he switched to Bastion. I'm quite surprised.
I think they're just going to having some fun with that board inside, as we all do. Yeah, they're trying to spin that as fast as we can. The important bits of the match.
Oh, I see.
On the defender side, though, we have the picks set in. Milovic going with that Reaper that we haven't seen from them yet, which is an exciting pick. I think Reaper's going to make a presence here. Going into hack on Lance has been very strong on that Reinhardt, and maybe we'll see Spiky back on the Zarya that he's been playing
Probably
for
Zarya
all that long.
or possibly some other kind of tank, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Zarya. It's a pretty solid, strong pick in the current meta. The shields itself and the Gravitons are really good for team fights. However, he decided to play Diva, perhaps because maybe they do expect from the other team that they play a Junkrat or something with projectiles, where Diva is really good against those kind of things.
Yeah, for sure. Also, you see the standard positioning here, up above that arc, trying to keep up the defense, but being able to just back off that high ground as is useful.
Exactly, it's usually only to get the pick off, and they pull back to the server room, and they hold it from there.
Spiky with the presence as the Diva, trying to get up there and pushes them back into the low ground, which is great for the attackers here. Oh, the defense is getting completely scattered, going underneath the arc, just giving up the high ground in its entirety. Milovic trying to go in the challenge on the back line, but it's a little bit separated from the team. And dropping down there would be put him in grave danger. Lance and Spiky in on that payload, trying to make a presence, trying to make themselves known. And the charge goes in and takes out Toipaj. We'll see, this looks really good for the attackers. They've been pushed up, the defense have been pushed back, really back, and are probably forced to give up this second checkpoint on the payload. They're streaming in. It doesn't seem like they're not giving that up.
They're actually...
Ooh, a huge hammer! Oh, the Zenny ult coming back up, very strong, and Star Wars has to back out now. Gets picked off. Diva ult coming down in the hallway, trying to get the payload that... Oh, breaking down left and right. Topai is trying to save his own life, but gets a delayed pick on him nonetheless.
Exactly, and it seems he also should not use his ultimate, because he would probably need it for the next team fight. The point was clearly lost at this point. They could not get it back. Perhaps they were trying to buy time.
Now this looks very good for Team Boundless Power.
Yes, they have a pretty strong showing so far. They have cohesiveness, coordination, and they're just sticking together. They're not splitting unnecessarily too much. You do have Reaper occasionally splitting apart to try to flank, but other than that, they're pretty much sticking together.
Now this is interesting because Team Boundless Power originally lost to Bastion Lives Matter in the first bracket of the main event, if I'm not mistaken.
Unfortunately, I did not watch that game, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, they did do that. Got completely destroyed in that match and decided to halfway dismantle. This is sort of the remnants trying to pick up their lost honor, which seems to work out well for them so far. Navor on that Reaper, as we know him, trying to go in for Buddha's body, takes him out, and the die to take out Zenyatta. A great pick for them, cementing this checkpoint for Team Boundless Power. Now, for those of you watching this stream, I'm really excited to hear what kind of mannerisms me and Razors have. So if you could set up like a drinking game, every time we say our catchphrase, you have to take a drink. We would appreciate you to let us know how this is. Razor, if it looks like I've dropped, and so I'm left to sit here and commentate on my own. Hopefully, you won't get tired on my voice just yet. We'll see the final push here coming from Boundless Power, trying to push in on the for the last win for the win of the game. There we go. Is that Razor back? Maybe? Dunno. We'll see. So a fragmented Tots in the backline here, getting picks against them left and right. Diva ult trying to block that exit, forcing them to stay back just to gain more seconds to cement that win. And it looks like Boundless Power is going to take this without any stressful ado. Absolutely. There we go. Lands sitting cockily on top of that payload, cementing for Team Boundless Power. Let's go and see what the play of the game look. Milovic on that soldier. We've been picking a bit about the soldier, but it looks like he did some work. Oh, the hammer down, follow up with the ult, taking out picks left and right, getting the second to last checkpoint for Team Tots. Strong showing there. Great ult. Now, heading into the post game, we've got Boundless Power advancing in the lower bracket. It's going to face off against whoever wins of the loser of the round 1-4 in the losers bracket. Unless I'm mistaken. I think I'm not mistaken. Anyways, since we've lost our technical capability in the form of razor cuts, I think I'm gonna leave you all with a little break until the next game. And this is Razor. Is that you?
Yes, I'm back.
Welcome back.
It seems my computer crashed or something like that.
That happens. We're just wrapping up the game a little bit. Do you have some final thoughts on the game here?
Well,
Boundless Power took it in a convincing fashion on the last capture points.
Well, I'm not surprised they were able to win because they had more coordination, and as well the ultimate management of Boundless Power was pretty solid. However, sometimes it felt like they were holding back on certain ultimates, but I can understand when you're on defense. Overall, you do want to save up ultimates as much as possible, but maybe they were not confident in regaining their ultimates back in time for the next team fight, because certain heroes are able to get their ultimates rather quickly.
Absolutely.
However, it's unfortunate that we did not get a third game. I would really love to watch a third game as well.
Waiting for that opportunity to look at that third game.
It just might happen today again.
Oh yeah, we're still hanging around waiting for that. It's the next match. Is that going to be Lolly Squad versus Sample Lords? Is that the next game?
That should be it, as far as I'm correct. VU Unfit dropped out, correct? So it should be those two.
They dropped out in their entirety?
No, just for today.
Just for today. Okay. Cool. So, but how long is the next match to Taylor?
9 minutes. We're doing map drafts right now.
Oh wow! Look at that. So.